Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome, and thank you for joining us. I woke up way early this morning. Had to take some more Benadryl because my tongue was feeling tingly. But other than that, my eyes have gone down a whole lot. My nose is fine. I can breathe good this morning. But just my tongue was feeling, I don't know, it just felt funny. It's the best way I can explain it. So I said, well, my daughter went to work. Mama said she's done with her housework today, so I'm going to make a few videos today, I think. So my vision is not as blurry, and I can see, make out things better. So I said, well, my boss done covered the shift for today because he knows I have to take the Benadryl, and when I take that stuff, I'm about an hour away from knocking out and going to sleep. But I am doing a little bit better today. So this is a project that I had started last year in the fall time, and it was an altered book, and I had started covering the pages and doing all of that, and making the pockets and stuff, and I didn't finish it. So I thought that I would do a couple pages in this today, and then we'll move on to something else. And oh look, I picked this here, the page. Well, that's a rough one to start on. Not really, but so it's we need to glue these flaps down, and we need to cover the inside and the outside. And then I've got this here to go down the middle. All right, so we got some scraps left. So maybe we can do something with these. Figure us out something here. And I went back and printed these papers. It was from Girl One Art. It was Autumn Florals was the name of the kit. So let's see if we can't glue this one down here. I think we can do that. Nope, that's not going to cover it. See if I got a wider scrap here. Well, there we are. Yeah, that'll cover it. Okay. Get my handy dandy book weighed out here, and then I'm probably gonna need to hold on to that just so we can get our pages measured up. So I thought, we'd do a page or so every video. Try to get this done. So I kept all my scrap pieces. I think I'm gonna have to cut a whole piece to do this with. I'm gonna put the green on there. It's the first one up. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So now what I do when I cover these is I'll put, and I did this wrong, was I'll take and put this and flip it over, and I'll just draw around that and cut it. So I'm just going to trace this right here. And the last time I done that, I had I did it like this. That was not right. So I said, well, that didn't work out the way I had planned. So then just gonna take and coat and try to work a little bit in this. Now I'll cut on the inside of that line because I want to inset just a bit, so you still see the book page. Does that make sense? So hopefully we did good. But you see where I cut on the inside of the line? Now these scrap pieces here, I'm going to go ahead and take and cut this at an angle the rest of the way. And then we'll keep, and we'll just cut this right here, because I know I got some more angle pages and stuff. And then if we don't use it, we'll just put it in our scrap pack. And we'll have some more pieces to do some fall collage with. But that's what I've been thinking about. I was like, well, you know, I had that book and I never finished it. So let's see if we can't get some work on it. So I'm going to take and ink the pages up. And you don't have to ink the pages if you don't want to. And I had wished that I had not started inking the pages in this. But, you know, it's just preference. So you can ink the pages or not ink the pages. It is totally up to you. So I think had I had seen the foresight of what all the inking was going to entail, I would not have done it. I'm just being honest with y'all. See, this is a piece where I had accidentally cut the wrong way, or tried to attempt to cut the wrong way. And so now what this is going to do is it's going to make a split pocket. So we're going to glue this down first. Get it in there. And then I'm going to run a line of glue on this to make two separate pockets. And then we'll cover the outside. And hopefully we'll get this book done. Hopefully I'll get it finished this year. Now, whether I get it finished to completion of, you know, decorating, putting tags and stuff in, who knows, probably not. But we're going to finish, try to finish the pages in it. I got it halfway done, and then I said I quit working on it because, you know, it was Christmas time. So, yeah, so that's going to be our pocket there. Now, these pages here, I'm just going to glue these flaps down. You can cut them off or whatever you'd like. I'm just gluing them. And then on the inside, I'm going to take my wet glue. And I'm just going to run a strip right down the middle of it. There, to make that pocket. And when you're choosing to do a altered book, you want to make sure that your book is put together well. That's how I wound up with a whole bunch of glue pages. Because when you do an altered book, now you can put this on, because this is thicker paper, I'm going to put it on with this. Just because I'm going to need a little more wiggle room than the stick glue allows. So what I did was I started with a smaller book than this, and it was that it was a cream colored outside. And I said, well, that would be perfect to do any kind of cover for any kind of journal. So that was my thinking to start with. And well, then So I started pulling the pages out of it. Well, guess what? When I got about halfway through with that book, the whole book come apart with me. So now I'm going to take and put that line right there, just how I got it on the other side. And that's going to make me, and this is like the center, so I got a pocket here and pockets here. And I think that's going to work. Well, this I am going to put on there with Fabri-Tac. So I know I may do a couple of pages in this today, and then get off of here and do something else. But I am going to show you last night, while I was setting and uploading my video for yesterday. I sat here last night and finished up the rest of those pieces from that one kit where I just printed the papers and stuff. Or just printed the ephemera, some of the ephemera. Okay. But I said, I think this is going to make a pretty little journal. Last night when I was filming, our power flickered. Well, come to find out, that point in time, there were several roadways flooding in our area, and trees and power lines and stuff going down on the north side of town. Now, right below us, the Ararat River had engulfed Riverside Park and had gotten all the way up to, I think, 19.5 foot. And that was from about 9 or 10 at night till I was filming last night at, what time was it? I think it was like 12 o'clock last night when I was filming, actually. So, they said it rained like, 4 to 5 inches here last night in that amount of time. So that's why we had some issues. I was like, yeah, I know it was putting down the rain. I'm telling y'all what now. Some of them I cover completely. Some of them I leave a little edge around. It just depends. But I thought, let's just do us a quick one real quick and get this done. I'm going to ink that white there because I probably should have flipped it over and tore it the other way. I keep forgetting which way the white edge. I think if it's toward you, then it's going to have the white edge. But yeah, I always forget that. So yeah, what I was saying was last night, when I was filming, the lights flickered, and I was like, let me get off here and see what's going on. Well, then, before I got on camera, it was already like emergency alert things going off in our immediate area for flash floods and this and that. And it had been going off all day, telling us that it was going to flash flood in our area. So, but the emergency alert thing was going nuts last night because, you know, they were having, like I said, floods down here at the park below our house. And then there's a street called Hamburger Street, and that's where the middle school is located, and it flooded. And then Worth Street at Highway 52, which is like below the hospital, and 601. And that area flooded. And so then there's several places of old Highway 52, which is really low-lying areas, flooded last night. So now this is going to be a pocket, and I thought about putting, you know, like where it could be a tuck here and here, but I think I'm just going to glue this down. Oopsie. About to glue like 14 pages together there. Did you see that? That glue went astray. Let's daub that off there real quick. There we go, buddy. So now I'm thinking I'm going to put this piece back here to match this page. And then we can put this here. I think that'd be real pretty. Because see, I had some strips like this. I thought maybe we could do this with. But I don't think I'm going to like that. Ooh, that yellow would be really pretty there too, wouldn't it? And it's just long enough. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that one. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Yes, ma'am. I like that a lot. Okay, so now we just need to tear you and fix you, don't we, buddy? It'd probably help if I could tear straight, but you know, here we are. So yesterday I wasn't, you know, quite to a point of where I could really see that well, so I didn't do a whole bunch. And you know, like I said, I'd still be asleep right now if I hadn't started feeling like I was choking. Like, I don't know, my tongue's tingly is all I can say. But you know, my nose has gone down quite a bit. Like, my whole bridge of my nose swelled up yesterday, y'all. Like, it was awful. Just awful. So then I was like, I was feeling like I was having difficulties breathing, and I was making rackets and stuff. And so I said, well, let me get on up from here and let me eat some Benadryl first thing this morning. And let's do something to keep us awake for a couple hours and see, because, you know, I'm afraid to fall asleep. I'm afraid my tongue's going to swell up. And I stayed up last night because, you know, it started feeling a little weird again. And then I said, well, as soon as I take that Benadryl, I'm going to be out like a light bulb. So I stayed up till about 5 this morning, which is like 3 hours after I took the Benadryl, fighting sleep, you know, just trying to stay awake. Because I was like, if I take that Benadryl and fall asleep, you know, nobody's up, you know, to check on me. So, I was like, I'm going to stay awake. So I, you know, I crafted a little bit after I took the Benadryl so I could stay awake to make sure I was going to be okay. Because I was like, well, shoot, everybody's asleep. Now, if I fall asleep, something happens, ain't nobody going to be up in here running to check on me. I was like, let me do a little bit of crafting. So all the stuff that was still left on my desk after yesterday's video, I just went ahead and put some little numbers and stuff on. Oh, I didn't cut that. That's okay. We'll cut it. I'll trim it up here. But that's what I done last night, was just made myself stay awake. And I crafted a little bit. I'll wipe the glue off of them, hopefully not cut myself. Now I'm going to readjust that because I cut a little, get on there. There we go. Okay. It's still crooked. So this, I'm just going to do a line at the bottom of the page and a line at the top of the page. Now it's going to fold over and make my pocket. Alrighty, so far I'm liking what I'm doing. Need to get a little bit of glue up underneath the back edge of this right here. Get it down. Okay. So now, yeah, this the paper that I'm using is my 32-pound copy weight paper because I wanted it bright and vibrant. And you know, when I put it down, even though the color of the florals is dark, you would still, if I did it with regular copy paper, you could still be able to see the writing through it. So I didn't, you know, I'm fine with, you know, little bits here and there, but yeah, that's going to be pretty. I like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's cover the back side of this page. And you don't have to cover it with a whole piece. Let me see, where's one of my backing pages? Let's just take this and I'm gonna just glue it down on there. Let's just do that. Just put you right there, buddy, in the corner. Just go on ahead and start us a collage sheet of these skinny little cutoffs. Okay, that's a good thing. I'll put it back up here. So then if I have any more of those little skinny cutoffs, because you know I'll forget to cut the paper before I glue it down. And if I do, then guess what? We got something for it. Here it is. Autumn Florals, Gerwin Art. And then this is the one, it has, so these are the sheets that I want to take and do, like, the tags and pockets and stuff with. It's says Autumn 20 seamless digital papers, and it's Gerwin Art as well. And it's just, you know, pumpkins, trees, leaves, stuff like that. So I said, well, that's going to be real pretty to counter this. You know what I'm saying? It's not florals, but it goes with. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to do there. And I think, yeah, this one is normal price is $4.75. I bought it in August of 24. And then this one is $4.75, and it was also bought in August of 24, and I got them for $1.42 a piece. So I thought I had back pages like this, but I wasn't sure, because you know I just put all my stuff up, and I put it all in here because I wanted these for like the tags and journal card pieces. And this is where, so the ugly sweaters where we made the little dangles with the other day, it came from her as well. So she has some beautiful, beautiful papers. I mean, just beautiful papers. I may have to wind up printing this again, because I don't know if I'm going to have enough sheets here. And I got it downloaded again. That's why I was like, I don't know if I got enough sheets to do this. I may have. I just thought I'd sit here and just work on it a little bit today. You know, well, I couldn't do nothing else. Just making sure. Oh, come on. Alrighty, so I'm going to do that right there. Leave a little border around it. And scooch it up a little bit more just because I don't want it down in that crease, because it's going to be difficult to fold it. Turn the page. We're just going to cover this page with it, not make a pocket or anything. Well, I may take and put a pocket on the, like down here with some other different color. I think that would be pretty. So this is one of my unfinished projects. I didn't have a whole bunch last year of unfinished projects. I do have a couple of ice cream journals that I had put together, but I didn't feel like working on them. Other than that, I think this is about it. Most of everything I started, besides this and the two ice cream journals, I put together and finished last year. And I think the reason why I quit working on this is because I did, at that point in time, was when I first started getting pneumonia and all of that. And I was like, well, I'm just keep working on the same thing. These people are going like, the lady's sick, just quit working on the same stuff, you know. Because I was like, I wanted to finish it, but I felt like, you know, it was time to move on. You know what I mean? I felt it was time to move on to something else. Okay, so let me look in my little scrap pack. Alright, so see how this here is cut? We can take and turn this into a corner pocket. And I think I will. I'm just going to fold that so I know where I need to cut it, because it doesn't have any straight bits on it whatsoever. we go. We just need to trim a little bit off that edge right there. Line it up with a line and cut it. And so then we got us a little tuck spot right there. I like that. I'm just going to ink the edge because it's the white core paper, you know. And it is the 32-pound paper, so it's pretty sturdy to have as a pocket. So I left this edge here open. I may need to close that. Let's just go ahead and close it. Because if I don't, it's going to roll back up. The paper is going to roll. So then there, we got us a pocket. Let's see, and this is a top loading pocket here. So that's not going to be too bad. We just need to cover the front and the back of it. So let me see. So on this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue the pocket together on it. And then that'll make it a little bit easier for me to cover both sides of it. Because if I cover it separate, then it's gonna pucker and buckle and do all of that mess. And I don't want that to happen. So if I covered one side of it, then it would roll up this way and the other one would roll that way, and then it's not going to meet in the middle when I go to, you know, close my book up. That would be the problem there. The good thing about this is you ain't really got to hold up your pages to ink them. You can just ink it laying down. That's the best part. Because it just carries over the ink onto your other pages. You don't gotta worry about it. Just helps ink it up better. Alright, this here, I think I was trying to do another pocket down there. I don't think I'm going to do that. And I'm pretty sure I'm just going to cut this flippy flap here off because that's annoying me at the moment. And it's also ripping at the top, so we don't need that. We're just going to take and glue this down. Get that out of her face. Because see where it's peeling up right here? It's causing hindrance on this page that I'm about to work on. Okay. So now I'll paper clip this back together there until I get ready to work on it. Alright, so now you can collage in here if you would like. You know, it don't have to be a solid sheet. You can collage on these just like you would anything else. Let's see, what's going to look good over here? Thought about using the green on this side. How many times have we just used that green right here? Because, you know, I want it to kind of, it don't have to match. Who cares? It's pretty florals. That's the main part. Even somewhat straight. Well, see, these are dark and my paper's rolling because the paper is dark. And I'll have to repunch that, which is no big deal. So. This is a fun project. Like, I mean, if you find pretty 8.5 by 11 backgrounds, and that's what this is. It's just 8.5 by 11, and you know. You can take and decorate up an altered book with. Just turn it into whatever you would like. And that's what I done. Was just found ran across some, you know, looking for fall stuff on Etsy, and there it was. I said, shoot, yeah, that is beautiful. I got to make something out of that, you know. So now I printed this kit twice to make sure that I had enough to go through this book, and then I'll have extra to work with. And then I also did, I made things, tags and journal cards and stuff like that. With a couple of fall journals that I did last year with the same first print of the kit. So then I got into this and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need some more pages. So then I went back and printed it again. And then right now I have it downloaded on my laptop. Again, because you know I went through and downloaded all of my stuff that I had bought in the previous. So I said, well, I'm gonna print that again. Because, I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I know I'm going to have to recut this again when I do this side. But I'm just doing it now to get it done. Just trying to make sure that, yeah, I did not accidentally glue my pocket shut up there. These is all I had left of that one kit where it had the blue truck and stuff. The what was it? It was blue and orange kit. Okay, so now what do we want on the back side? Let's put a light color. I think that would be really pretty. Ooh, yeah, that would be pretty in there. Which is all purity, you know. I'm just saying, thinking of what I can put on this side page over here with the pieces that I have. And I think I'm going to do... I'm thinking I can take one of these pieces here, or one of these fatter pieces maybe, and put it here. And then we can put a red piece here, or orange. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That is about as far over as I would like you to go, so you don't start rolling up on me. Okay. So now, let's get a hold of this page here. on the side. I said, well, at least I'm not slurring my words like I was last night. So at least, you know, at least that is an improvement of yesterday's. I said, well, everybody's gonna think I done pulled one. I don't know why it does that to me. Like every once in a while, especially I think in the summertime, like I'm allergic to different things. You know, like I don't know what it is. Like grass is real high right now for pollen, and then the heat I think also plays a factor in with my sinus irritation. So I think it's a couple different factors for the summertime. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty there. But that's I don't know. It's like about every 2 or 3 months, and that is, you know, like with the heating and the cooling and the different things blooming, and you know, stuff like that. That I have like the anaphylactic shock basically to my allergy medicine, and then oopsie. And I think it really, like I say, it really has something to do with like heat, and then just whatever's blooming at that point in time. Okay, so let's flip you over and let's cut this piece again. There we go. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Keep rubbing these edges right here to make sure they're good and down, because it'll roll up on you. Alrighty. I'm gonna wipe this glue off of these here. I think that's going to be it for today's video, y'all. I just wanted to come on and work a few pages in this, and we'll work a few more. You know, we'll work on it a little bit and try to get it done. It may be, you know, a couple pages here and a couple pages there, but we're gonna get it finished. I think it's gonna be great. I love it. And see, like when I started out, I was putting the paper all the way down in there, and it was not liking that. So I covered the front. I don't think I covered the back yet, because I hadn't covered the back yet. So then there's a pocket, and then this is just a little tuck spot. And it's kind of started tearing on me right there, but that was where I was pulling pages out. So let me put something on that to reinforce it. And I didn't do anything but just cover that, just to reinforce that page. Because I was afraid if I put pockets on it, it would rip it out. And it's a side pocket. And see, I left some where you could see the book page behind. And that's another top pocket. This is a triple pocket here. And then you have a stack pocket there. And it just kind of repeats itself. And I thought, you know, maybe I would leave some of the pages. And that's, this is where we started at today. We did these, this one, that, and that, and that. Shoot, we did a bunch today. Alrighty. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, it's just been a work in progress, and it's just been sitting here looking at me for like a week ever since I pulled my fall stuff out, and I said, let me just do a few pages in it, and then I'm gonna do something for the cover. I don't know what yet. I do have some thicker little things that I was thinking about taking and making me like a cover plate for it. I'm gonna pull out, show you what I finished up last night after I got off video with y'all. I think this is it. Yes, I did that on video yesterday. Yeah, okay. Alright, so these little tags and stuff that was in that kit that I printed out. So I just took and put some numbers on it, poked the holes, and put the little so just the little baker's twine on it. This one it was solid orange, and so I just put the little cluster build on it. And this one was the solid blue, and so I just did a little cluster build on that tag. And this was printed, and that's just scraps. Tied that, put a little number on it. And this is a bigger blue one that was just solid blue. Did a little cluster build on that. And then here's just a little scrap piece of that gauze stuff, and put a number on it. And then I put some scraps behind that with a little duck, fallen leaves, with the leaves. Did that. And then I made these two pockets here. And that's where I got the scraps for the ties and stuff off of this. So I think those turned out really pretty with the little cluster pockets. I like those. And then all of these here, we just inked, and I did the little number tabs on them for little journal cards to go in some of the smaller pockets and stuff. And that's pretty much all I did to them, because they didn't really need a bunch. And that's just a little tiny bitty number that was in that one. And all of that. So, and this is just a cut off from where I did the stacked belly band. It was the one piece that was left, and I just made it to where it could be a little tuck spot on a page. You just put in a corner and glue, and it's going to be a good little tuck spot. Or you can put it in the middle and make it a pocket itself. But so I've done that, and I think that turned out pretty. And then this I inked up and put these tickets in our belly bands, and that's all I did to that, was just put the tickets in there. This one all has sunflower theme tickets and stuff in it, because I'm going to try to do me a sunflower journal. And then this one is, you know, just the pumpkin-y theme type ones in here. So I did that, and then I took and I built me a 1, 2, 3 stack pocket just out of scrap book pages that was laying here on my desk. Now you can take this and you can put it down as a pocket like this, or you can put it to the side and make it a tuck. Either way. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then the back would be 4. So then I made that, and I'll just let it finish gluing up, because then all of these journal cards I'm going to put in here. And this has got mostly apples on it, because I am doing an apple. I want to do an apple themed journal for fall. I think would be really cute. So then I said I made that to put these small little journal cards in. So there they are. And I said that will work just perfect for those little journal cards. So that's what I done last night after I was sitting here and upload my video. Just cleaning up, you know, the stuff that was on my desk. And I used to do that a lot, but I haven't been doing it here lately. I've been, you know, I'll start uploading my video, and then I'm just like, I'm tired. And then I just click on the TV and start doing other, you know, just paying attention to the TV. Or Fussy Cut or something like that. But last night I said, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't get the rest of this stuff finished up. And that's what I done. Alright, so I'm going to take and put all these scraps in here. So what I'm doing with these is I'm saving all of the scraps that I don't use from this, and then I'll turn it into maybe a master board with some music with it, you know, just a few pieces here and there at the other place. Some music and what have you. And then we'll have that to decorate as well. Alright. Well, thank y'all for watching. I'm going to get off here for today. I'm going to set this back here on the floor so it can look at me a few more days until I feel like working on it again. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.